Good morning, everybody. Lee Brower here, and welcome to this week's edition of Meaningful Monday. I am glad to be here, and I am grateful to be here. You know, I'm still reeling from 2 weeks ago, the week before last, when Lori and I got to spend time as camp parents in Moab with a group of young adults that are living with cancer. And still so impressed with that, still reeling from the emotion of that and the courage that these young adults have and the vision that they have to overcome and to climb and to face their fears. Just so impressive, and I've learned so much. It's had a positive impact on me, and I hope that you're following this. You can go to wackywarriors.org and follow Lori's blogs, and she's going to be posting some new pictures on there this week. I think you'll find them impressive. We had an amazing photographer that was part of the process, and he just did a terrific job. You know, and this last week had the opportunity to travel to Philadelphia, spent some good time with my good friend Michael Rouse and his family, and just appreciate their hospitality and taking me in, and also being able to work with their company. Michael and his brother founded a company years ago, almost 25 years ago now, where they worked with youth, and they have, I think, the largest youth camp program, day camp program in the world. It's called ESF, which stands for Education, Sports, and Fun. And they run somewhere close to 12 to 15,000 young men and young women, young boys and girls, through their camps every summer. And then they have a program called Dream Camp, which is a nonprofit. And they run this year-round, heavy in the summer, all-day camps in the summer, but after-school programs throughout the school year. And just their approach to education, their approach to sports, their approach to having fun. Over the years, they've had over 150,000 young men, young boys and girls go through their program. And look, I can't imagine the ripples that's created throughout the planet. While I was there also, I had the opportunity to not only work with some of their leaders, but to also be the keynote speaker kicking off a symposium on servant leadership at the Haverford School. This is a private school, one of the tops in the nation, and it's a high school, and I had the opportunity to speak to 450 roughly of their students. And this was a payday for me in some respects, because you know, if every school across the country had the spirit of education, the learning, the hungriness, the ability to ask questions, not just memorize things, but to really just ask meaningful questions, I wouldn't worry about this country, not one bit. And so it was a payday, not only to work with the faculty of that I got to work with closely with Bill Brady and Dr. Nagel and others that were there. What a special experience it was, and the payday was just getting little dribblings of some of the effect that it had. And humbly, I share, you know, one of the emails that I got a copy of that was forwarded to me from, I think, Dr. Nagel through Michael Rouse, said the following. This is from a parent, and she said, "Dear so-and-so, I just got in from the 25-minute commute home from Haverford with our freshman son, and he literally did not stop talking once for the entire trip. He wanted to tell me and his older brother all about the incredible speaker he heard today at school. Based on his seemingly verbatim summary, I'm thinking he might have a future as a court stenographer. But seriously, that kind of enthusiasm is so uplifting, and I thought you both might like to know what a positive impact that presentation had on our son, and I'm sure on the other boys. I am hoping the assembly might eventually be mentioned on the school website, since David could not remember the speaker's name. No need to respond. Just wanted to pass something nice along. Enjoy the beautiful weekend ahead." And so that was especially meaningful to me, because I felt a lot of pressure with these young men as I spoke to them. They are engaging. They are listeners. They are doers. They asked very amazing questions. They're curious. And, you know, their minds are being prepared to become leaders. I sometimes think that, well, I don't think, I know that the times right now when leadership is waning, management is excelling, but leadership is suffering, that there is a royal generation that I believe has been sent to come to this earth at this time to become the leaders that this world needs to have in order to bring us out of some of the mediocrity and some of where we've lost sight of the leadership. We got so good at managing the small things, being prepared for tomorrow. I mean, tomorrow like tomorrow, but not really being prepared for the future. And this is where I think the role of leadership needs to stay focused. Leaders need to be able to see the long-term vision and be able to hang on to that, sustain it, remind people of it, and allow that long-term vision to get them through current struggles that they're having. If you have that long-term vision, you'll get through these short-term struggles. But management, as they should, are worried about the day-to-day, the task-to-task, and how do we then get our quarterly earnings in order? How do we get ready for the next election? That's all short-term thinking. More leadership needs to be there, and I'm convinced that within this new generation, this royal generation, that some of tomorrow's leaders will have the ability to see that long-term vision. You know, I am currently getting ready to, in just another hour or so, I'll be doing a keynote here with a company here in AFG is the name of it, here in San Diego. Last night I had the opportunity to listen to a young man by the name of David Specht, S-P-E-C-H-T, I believe. And his message was on inspiring questions, and not empowering questions. There's a difference. Empowering questions move you to action. Inspiring questions cause you to think. And one of his questions was, what does it mean to be a, and then insert your last name. So like for me, what does it mean to be a Brower? And so I ask you, give some thought to what does it mean to be, and then insert your last name. Ask yourself, ask your spouse, if you have one, ask your children, ask your brothers and sisters, ask your parents. What does it mean to be a Brower? What does it mean to be an Anderson? What does it mean to be a Thompson? What does it mean to be a Rouse? Ask them what, ask them what it means, and then contemplate that, think about it, and see if you can't help refine that just a little bit. I appreciate your time together. I appreciate our time together this week, and I look forward to talking to you next week. Have a great, meaningful week. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.